that little different feeling this week, A, coming off the tie, and B, I know Ben usually doesn't practice Wednesdays, but not having him here, even to kind of ask some questions to and things of that nature?
Yeah, it's definitely weird coming off like a tie. Like, you don't really know how to react. But it's definitely weird. But we all seem excited to come out here today and practice and get better for the Chargers. But it's definitely weird without Ben here. But I hope he's feeling good. And
how tough has this week been for you? Just wanting to put that game kind of behind you. Who's been kind of giving you some, lifting you up a little bit since then?
Yeah, obviously the 24-hour rule. Obviously it sucked when it happened, and after the game and stuff like that. But my parents have been great, and everyone in my support corner have been great, and guys on the team. I think they were awesome after the game in the locker room and coming up to me and making sure everything was okay and stuff like that. But I just gotta flush it, learn from it, and move on.
Was it you just trying to get out of the bounce at that point to save some time?
Yeah, it was a little bit of both. I think obviously conditions played into it, and I just messed up. I didn't secure the ball. It wasn't fundamental with it, and I just got to be better in that area in those critical situations.
What's your rapport like with Mason Rudolph? He talked about how he's never had any ball security concerns about you, but how do you feel like the two of you kind of built some chemistry so far this season practicing together on Wednesdays?
Yeah, I think we have great chemistry. Obviously, when Ben takes his vet days and stuff like that, Mason's the quarterback, and so I think that we've developed that throughout practice and camp, especially like that. There's obviously tough conditions in the game and stuff like that, but I think overall we have a great chemistry and we have a feel for what we're gonna see and how we're gonna read off that.
Tomlin said there aren't many changes to a game plan, Mason versus Ben, but as a guy that's catching passes from him, what do you notice that's different between the two quarterbacks?
Just kind of how they throw the football. I think just obviously different quarterbacks have different timings and different kind of velocity on the ball and stuff like that. So just those little things like that. But I think the game plans are obviously very similar, like Coach T said, and just kind of getting used to the ball speed and all that kind of stuff with the two different quarterbacks.
But much change was kind of your first pickup. I mean, it's been a pretty smooth transition. A lot of raves about you at OTAs, training camps. Been a nice start here. Is that startling, or do you understand the game well enough to know it's going to happen eventually?
Yeah, it's bound to happen. I think I've been lucky throughout my whole career at Penn State and up to that last weekend that I never really had those hiccups and stuff like that. So it was bound to happen, and I just got to learn from it and move on, and kind of just flush it, like I said, and just come into this week with obviously that emphasis of ball security and all that kind of stuff.
With the game plan centered around Mason this week, do you expect much difference than a prior week or prior preparation?
No, I think the game plan is going to be the game plan regardless of who's at quarterback. So I think we're looking forward to how this week progresses and all that kind of stuff.
And a lot of guys, Coach McCloud, have to make up for Chase. How difficult is that to make up for a guy who does as many things as he does?
As Claypool, you said?
Yeah.
It's definitely tough. Chase out there, he's a hell of a player, and he brings the energy and the juice all the time. So it's definitely hard to play a game without him out there with all the ability he can do. But hopefully we get him back whenever he's healthy, and I'm looking forward to it.
Is there a lot more asked of you in that situation when you're one of the bigger, taller guys on the team now going over the middle? That seems like maybe you're maybe one of the only guys that can do that.
Yeah, I think whatever I fit into the game plan, stuff like that. I think obviously with me and Chase playing different positions and stuff like that, I think he's predominantly outside and stuff. So I'm probably asked to do a little bit more, but nothing too crazy where it's gonna fit outside the game plan and what we try to do as an offense.
It's one of the big transitions from college to the NFL nobody really thinks about is you can tie at this level. I mean, how weird was that? Like when overtime started, did any part of you think like, all right, it's this 10 minutes or nothing, or were you kind of shell shocked as everybody?
No, I'm like Najee. I knew the rules, but
I didn't say it.
But I kind of knew that you could tie. It's definitely a weird feeling. I don't think I've ever really tied ever.
Have you ever even watched one that you can remember?
Not that I know of, to be honest. I mean, obviously there's been a few, but it's just a weird feeling just to tie a game that there's either a winner or a loser, but it is what it is.
Would you rather go on the 2-point conversions? Would you rather go on the 2-point conversions?
Like the Penn State Illinois game? No. That was ridiculous, but we don't need to talk about that. But
some guys have said, Ray said it Monday, that it kind of felt like a loss coming in this week. Does it feel more like that? I mean, can you describe what it feels like?
Yeah, I would say I agree with Ray. It definitely feels like a loss. I mean, obviously it's not, but definitely with that feeling, it's kind of like, what could we have done to, win that game and squeak out an extra point and something like that. So it definitely feels like a loss, but, like I said, we're on to the Chargers now, and I'm just moving forward.
How do you keep that feeling from kind of snowballing and becoming more than, and keep it from becoming a tipping point?
Yeah, I think it's just the desire not to have that feeling of losing. I think everyone hates losing, and it's fun when we get those victory Mondays and stuff like that. So I think just learn from it and move on.
Have you talked to Ben, or has Ben reached out to anybody in the offense or the messages or anything?
Yeah, he's reached out to a couple of us, but I'm gonna keep that private between us and what he said and stuff like that.
Still give you Penn State jokes?
All the time, everyone does. I mean, they gotta start winning so I can defend it. But hopefully, I'll get back on track this week.
Guys like Juju out, Chase missing some time. How much do you welcome just that additional action in the passing game?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's nice, but I definitely wish Juju and Chase were out there and stuff like that. So it's nice to obviously get those extra looks, but I definitely wish that they were out there and competing with me.
You haven't played a game since Micah came here in 2019 where he hasn't been available. What might that be like for you? Do you have to do anything differently yourself to kind of make up for that?
Man, it's definitely an adjustment. Just whenever you have anyone that's a key starter on our defense, it's just the next man up mentality now, and we got to have guys step up in big ways and come out and help us win a football game.
What are you looking at there, Terrell?
What'd you say?
Who are you looking to step up?
Man, everyone. We need everyone to step up. We need the corners to play a little bit better. We need the linebackers to play better. We need the safeties to play better. So whoever's out there, just make them feel as comfortable as we can.
I know Micah doesn't have the interceptions this year, but he still makes an impact on the defense as a whole, does he not?
Definitely. He definitely makes an impact just because his leadership out there. He's a very vocal guy. He's a guy that you can still count on being in the right spots. Even though he doesn't have the interceptions or turnovers like people may want him to have, he's still playing good football for us.
You have a feel for Norwood yet? You've been out there with him a lot. He's been in a couple of different spots.
Yeah, we had Trey. He played with us last game. He's been playing with us sometimes just in different personnel groups already. So we already know that Trey, he's a great player. We got all different type of guys that can come in and just go out there and make plays for us. So definitely going to see how everything plans out.
Do you expect a lot of mixing and matching, or will you be involved in some of that, do you think?
Man, honestly, the first day we had some mixing and matching. We're just trying to figure out exactly how we're going to do it, how we're going to go in to the game to win the football game, put people in the best positions, put people in the right roles to go out there and make plays.
How's Micah being out? Just kind of change your game, just added responsibility, added weight, anything like that?
I still got to go into it like you go into every week. Of course, just not having your partner in crime out there is always tough, but we got other guys that can come in that's fully capable. So just have those guys come out and show them that, they'll let them get comfortable and do it in practice, and then they can go out there and play the game.
You guys have played together for a while now. Can you just kind of give each other a look and know what the other one's thinking?
Definitely. I think that we grew together like that. We got more and more comfortable each year. We got better together each year. So definitely just growing that bond on the field.
Are you comfortable with any of the single high stuff if they ask you to do it, or are you more comfortable in the box type stuff?
I'm really comfortable wherever they put me. I just go out there to the best of my abilities and go out there and try to help the team out and win. So wherever they ask me to go, I'll go out there and play it to my fullest ability.
Hey, tougher given the power offense that LA can bring at times. What are your impressions?
Man, he's a good guy. He can throw. He can make those big long balls, and he can. They got just a nice offense together. They got some guys out there that can really make plays. So we're just going to have to be on our P's and Q's. Definitely have to stop the run this week. Last week, I think we gave up 200 yards in the first half. So that's a big emphasis this week because we know that they're going to try to attack us like that. But other than that, man, just make them make those contested throws. Try to mix and match it for them. Make them read it after the ball is snapped.
What do you guys do today to correct that?
I just focus on the details. Everything comes back to the details, being in your right gap. Make sure you're trusting your guy that's beside on your right and your left. Man, just doing your job. Everyone just have to do their job, not focus on anybody else really.
A lot of offenses will bring like maybe one or two guys that you have to lock key in on playmaker. They got Mike Williams, Keenan Allen, Austin Eckler. How you guys account for all the different threats that this offense can bring as far as targets for her?
Honestly, that's again just being on our details. We have to be on our details. We have to have our eyes in the right spot because it starts off with us. Every team has their superstars, you can say, but we just have to start with us and make sure we're focused on what we're supposed to have our eyes on, and then go out there and just play football like we know how to play.
guys did pretty good over the top this year, not allowing many throws. Do you think they will try to challenge you guys in that position, especially with a guy like Williams who's pretty fast and pretty big?
Definitely, I think they're going to try to challenge us because he's their deep ball guy. He's a guy that that they're going to throw it up to him and let him go make those contested catches, where he's going to be the guy that can just go up and go get it over somebody's head. And then you got Keenan Allen in the slot, this really shifty guy, and then, like you said, the running back. So I definitely just got to stay top down, keep it top down, and just keep on playing our game.
You guys had officials here again for practice. Is that, I know penalties has been a focal point for the defense. Has that been helping?
Yeah, it's a focus point for the whole team. We've been a highly penalized team, so we're just trying to limit that. Play clean football, go out there and just make sure our hands and everything is in the right spots.
Terrell, sorry if someone asked this already, but have you been in contact at all with Minka, how he's doing or anything like that?
Yeah, today is birthday, so happy birthday to my dog, Mink. But yeah, I talked to him today. He said he's doing well, just getting back healthy again, so he's doing well, though.
You think there's a chance he's back in time? If he's feeling okay, that he can get back?
You talking about back for this game?
Okay, by testing negative, you have to get two in 24 hours.
Man, I don't know. I couldn't answer that question. It's really how he feels and how his body feels, but I don't really know the answer to that one.
Are you guys though preparing not to have him? Are you guys preparing so you won't have him?
Of course. We got to prepare like we're not going to have any guys that's injured right now. Even the guys that's on the sideline, we got to prepare like whoever is out here practicing today are going to be the guys that's out there playing with us. So we got to prepare that way. We got to lock in and focus in that way and just make each other comfortable on the field.
How do you feel about your season, just how basketball is going so far?
I feel like it's going well. Still a lot that I can work on, a lot that I can get better with, but just one game at a time. Just keep that laser focus on winning the football game, regardless how messy it may be. But just go out there and keep on helping the team out the best way I can.
Mike Tomlin said that not much will change game plan-wise with Mason at quarterback, but what kind of adjustments do you make as a receiver when Mason's throwing you the ball versus Ben?
As far as everything, just with Mason in there, we just got to get him going. So, every ball that he throws to us, we got to make a great attempt on it and just try to, get that offense rolling and get him rolling. So we'll start at.
James, I think you had your most snaps of the season against Detroit. Do you feel like you're, starting to get into it more?
As far as that, I'm just trying to do what I can. Guys are hurt right now, so guys are having to step up and do more than what we're used to. So, that's where I'm at, and that's what I'm going to do.
Everybody on the switch back up a little bit. Give me the run.
James, do you take that as an opportunity to show your ability as a deep threat when a guy like Chase Claypool is out and you are getting more snaps?
For sure. Every opportunity is gold here, because you just never know when you're going to get them. So when you're in there, you just got to make the most out of every opportunity.
James, what's this week been like with Ben only there virtually? How much have you guys all kind of communicated with him as a receiver group? What are the meetings like when a guy's on Zoom and the other 52 are here?
We haven't talked to him much on Zoom. I know coaches have. Like Coach T always tells us, we got to worry about who's in the building. I don't know his status or anything, but, we're focusing on what we have out here in the field right now.
Has anybody talked to him just to see how he's doing or anything like that?
Yeah, a few of us have. I don't really want to just tell it all out, but,
Having the knowledge you do with Mason and the history, and now they're doing the plan for him this week, you feel like that kind of maybe plays into both of your strengths?
Yeah, I guess it can, but, it's a whole different level now. So we just got to, take what we're given and make the opportunities that we're given. What was the mindset? What was the feel, everything like kind of going from Saturday into Sunday whenever you found out everything that was going on? It was pretty crazy at first, but, it's just one of those things. You just got to take what we're given and just run with it.
Does it remind you at all of last year? You guys had a week where Ben wasn't available. There was some question as to whether or not he'd be available. Can you draw on anything from that week going into this game?
It was just, as far as the deal, a few guys just didn't have the experience as far as Mason. But, with him in there, I feel like we can win every game. So, we just got to run with that.
How have you seen Mason grow? You've seen him play longer than anybody here. How much different is he at this point in his career than he was when you guys first started playing together?
I feel like he's a little more poised now. Like, he's a little more calmer in there. He's a familiar face to a lot of guys. So I think we all kind of just look at him as a leader now.
does that rapport help? He was talking about how it feels now like, yeah, these guys are his brothers. You guys do see each other more often.
Yeah, for sure. And that off the field relationship helps us on the field. So I think we'll be just fine.
I think some people were surprised by how much Ray was involved the other day. What have you seen kind of him grow as a receiver since he's been here, and how's he kind of fit in? Maybe he's like a different kind of skill set than some of the other guys you have.
Yeah, he's a different skill set for sure. I mean, he's quick, fast. He had a big game this past week, and I'm happy for him. I hope he continues and keeps getting opportunities like that.
Is there enough, you guys feel like, in the room with Juju, Chase played last week, this week, you guys put enough depth and enough talent, Cody or whoever, maybe Sims?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, whatever guys we have in our room, whatever guys we have on the field, I think we'll be just fine.
Anyone else?
Yeah, we haven't seen much of Dwayne Haskins since preseason, obviously, but now could be the backup this week. What have you been seeing from him in practice? And who would your guys as a receiver group comfort level be if he had to go?
I see a guy who's just trying to stay ready. If he comes in there, I think we'll treat him the same way as Mason. Just whatever we have in there, whoever we have in there, we're just going to take it and roll with it.